Sorry.
This is a story about a young lady named Tina. Now I need all the young ladies to listen up. I'm trying to save lives, man, because there's a lot of sick people in this world. I got a little girl, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna let something happen to her. Parents, matter of fact, y'all listen up too. Because these type of discussions need to be held with your kids, especially if you love them. And I know you love them, but you gotta go that extra mile, because we have to protect our precious jewels, and those are our kids. If you don't got no kids and you got nieces, nephews, little brothers, little sisters, listen up, this can save them too. See, Tina was a dreamer. Her sister name was Rena. They daddy used to be, so they decided they was leaving. Tina was just a teenager. Rena, she was disabled. Neither had any paper. Tina felt that they could make it. Tina had a body, and her body shaped just like a box. Since money was the problem, she felt her body was the problem solved. Now recently they lost their mama. She OD'd on a bunch of dope. They daddy was her main supplier. Kept her geeking filled with coke. Now Tina had to be the mama for her baby sister Rena. Rena had some mental issues. Tina had nowhere to leave. The system made the place to keep her. And this where shit start getting deep. So Tina reached out to her people. She begged and pleaded they would keep. Not just her daddy people, and her daddy people just as evil. They say they would keep her. That's when Rena said, please sis, don't leave me. And Tina looked her in her eyes and said, sister, I'll never leave you. Then she told her, just be easy, I'm coming back, so please believe. She turned to social media that bought a bunch of evil stuff. She got a job at Pizza Hut. The money wasn't near enough. Her birthday in a couple days. The day her life would really change. Looked on the news and saw her face, and it said another body slain. And Tina recognized her face, cause that face belonged to her sister. And then pop up another picture. That picture was not of a victim. That picture was of her dad, and Tina was really in pain. He killed Rena, now she can't stand. The news said he fled to Atlanta. Now Rena thinking homicide. Rena went and bought a pistol. My sister, bitch, I got a ride. Took another heart of mine. Tina had no car to drive. Tina went to strip, that's something. She had murder in her eyes. Now she took to Instagram. Now she on a model shit. She was getting paid to strip, and now she getting paid for pics. Till one night she was really hurt. She called a couple friends for drink. Her car pulled up outside her home. But it's not the person that she think. Her phone went off. It's from my G. The message read, you finna leave. Tina looked back out the window, reevaluate the scene. So Tina called her home. They say they down the stretch when Tina screamed. Her door flew open, a man appeared. His face was skull, he seen his beard. Now Tina really scared. Her gun was in her bag. Her bag was up the stairs. Right by the stairs is where he standing with gun in hand. Her friends was yelling in her ear. What's the problem, Tina? Shots was fired, and that's all they could hear.
Tina, face out. Pull it up, we right around the corner. What's wrong? What's the shots I heard? Oh my God, Tina!
New at 6 o'clock tonight, a social media stalker arrested on the main line. Eyewitness News reporter Anita O tells you the lengths police say the suspect went to meet a teenager who wanted nothing to do with it.
Radnor Township residents are reacting to the arrest of 30-year-old Michael Leib, a Michigan man charged with stalking and harassing a local teenager who has hundreds of thousands of followers on social media.
What's the problem, Tina?
Social media.
What's going on, peoples? Welcome to Live in the Cave. Y'all know who it is. It's your big homie, Boss Busy in the building. I see we got my people in here with me early, on time, and I ain't even promote this. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So y'all know, like I stated last week, I was going to try to do at least about 2 to 3 of these a week. Didn't go live yesterday. Took a day off. But, you know, I still was working. But let's check out the chat. See who we got in the building. I know we got K Money here in the building already. We got Uncle Charles in the building. Carla in the building early. What's going on, Carla? We ain't see you in a little bit, but glad you're here. Kings and Queens, what's going on, family? YJ's in the building. The Truth Form. That's my dog, people. That's my dog. Ooh, we got Christine in the building. Olivia here. Yeah, cousin Rainey. Isha. I just talked to Isha today. What's going on, Isha? What's going on, family? Spiritual Rising in the building. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for tuning in early. The last few of them, we had to go to a song until y'all fell through, but y'all here on time. That's what I'm talking about. So that's all love in my eyes. But we're going to get to some music anyway. That's how we like to start the show. Y'all know what it is. Since the homie here early, I think I'm going to play his joint. You feel me? So we're going to jump right into some music, and we're going to play first and foremost my dog. This is Port City NYJ and Tone Space. I don't know.
Shit, I can't even call it, man. Tell you the truth. Black Sector Mafia. Man, this world gone loco, and I wish I could tell you things that get better in the future, but I don't know. This world going loco, and I wish I could tell you things that get better in the future, but I just don't know. I don't know. And I don't know. And I don't know.
So are we dead or we sleeping? Is it morning or evening? Are you stretching or reaching? Am I rapping or preaching? Are you starving or eating? Are we vegan or beefing? Is your brother your enemy? Not as though you Europeans. I see shackled minds, I'm trying to free them. Are you walking or fleeing? Happy living a slave, or down to die for freedom? Are you blinded or can you see him? Is that a church or a mausoleum? Backwards look, don't I? Don't do repeating. Forward thinking or your whole ship is sinking. Turning failure to greatness. The world is local, we all mental patients. You real or really faking? Fake love is really hating. All them questions I ask, for your answers I am waiting.
This world gone loco, and I wish I could tell you things that get better in the future, but I don't know. I don't know. And I don't even know, but man, this world going loco, and I wish I could tell you things that get better in the future, but I just don't know. I don't know. And I don't know. And I don't know. They say we living in the last days, but I beg to differ. I just think it's too many off-brands with a lot to say. Too many gangsters, not enough mentors when the outlook pits forward. Put your favorite rapper on a hot spot, like what do you spit for? Raised in this culture that praised the lames and the vultures. This social science sick as pneumonia. Welcome to Babylonia. Welcome, Sam Cooke told us a change gon' come. But it's been a lifetime and we still beating the same old drum. And it's hard to tell if this is for real or if it's a dream. My mom's told me stay optimistic, cause at least you got a pot to piss in, great minds convene. And it makes me wonder, am I just overthinking or do my verses serve a purpose? Being the path for a reason, look, I don't know, but man, this world gone loco, and I wish I could tell you things that get better in the future, but I don't know, no. I don't know, and I don't know, I don't know, no.
Hope for the best while I'm scrolling through mess that pops up on the news feed, rolling a split smoke off the stress I got from what I do see. Port City reported in your city been swarmed with a virus, while we all can see the violence on the streets, whether racially motivated or tainted with self-hatred. The days of old are sacred, today is way more insane. FaceTiming the enemy, spray bars off of heavy lean. Drill rappers become your idol when they all succumb to pain. Real actions for your survival, the world turn into a stage. Get clapped in the crowd, applause as the characters change. It's a cycle of insane destruction, and how deep it now can go, it's hard to ever uncover, cause they keep us out the know. So I don't.
This world gone loco, and I wish I could tell you things that get better in the future, but I don't know, no. I don't know, and I don't know, I don't know, no. The status quo with the past, it equals the future. Fuck around with them new niggas, they'll shoot you. That's That's why I don't fuck with Lil Luther. I fuck with them niggas that I'm used to. Like them old fools that drink 40s in the front yard like the old school. I know that that's old news. Making moves for the new generation. Niggas be gender faking, be a man to woman. All depends on the situation. That's damn nation. Keep an eye on the man that's hating. Cause we just don't need no surprise. I know that they wear a disguise. I got my eye on the prize. It's a different game, no. I just started popping pills. My daddy still smoking dope. And it's getting hard to cope. Niggas ain't learned to live post-COVID. Niggas walking around with all the cap, and them the ones that end up with no lids. That's cold shit. Man, this world gone loco. And I wish I could tell you things that get better in the future, but I don't know, no. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, no. And I don't even know, but man, this world gone loco. And I wish I could tell you things that get better in the future, but I just don't know.
That was Black Sector Mafia with I Don't Know, featuring YJ, Tone Space, Port City, and the homie LA. I did not say his name the first time. That's my fault. Yeah. So I see we in the building early, man. I love it. I love it. This is family. Salute to all my people here, man. So of course, y'all know the topic of the night is attitude adjustment. What you talking about, boss? Well, we're gonna discuss attitudes amongst the African American community, because we all know we have an attitude like no other, and that can be either a good thing or it can be a bad thing. It's just, I guess, it's who it's directed to and how it's directed. And we're going to probably break it down from male, female. Nobody's getting away tonight. And I just want to get you guys' feedback on how you feel about it. Do it need an adjustment? Can it be better? Or is it fine the way it is? Yeah. I think I got somebody. Oh, somebody just was in the building and they left. Come on back. Whoever that was, come on back. Come on back. I was just finna bring you in. You know, I gotta get used to going live from my phone. So I just looked down at the screen and seen I had a guest. Let's see who that was. They did leave a message. Let's see who that was. Yeah. Come on back, Lorraine. I think that was you. Come on back up here. That's my fault if you were sitting there for a while. Come on back in the building. But yeah, I just want to give thanks to you guys for the love y'all been giving me, and that's the reason why I did that song. And you know, K Money is my dog. That's my big sister. She been supporting like no other. Her and Uncle Charles. And you guys have followed suit, and it means a lot to me. So I felt like that's the least I can do is give y'all a shout out. So salute to my family, because we are family. But before I get into this attitude adjustment, I want to wait on Lorraine to come back before we crank things up. I think Lorraine, because Lorraine got some knowledge in her head as well. Her and Black Star. I appreciate them ladies, the queens. I don't think Mother Queen is in the building tonight. Anybody heard from Mother Queen? Somebody get Black Star in the building. I'd love to have her on the panel tonight as well. Very, very knowledgeable woman. And that's what we need. We definitely need that. Of course, we got Renee in the building. What's up, Cuzzo? I know you're going to come up here soon. I know you coming up here. Remember, I can fit up to 10 people on my chat. You know, when we get multiple peoples, we just have to be respectful of others when they're speaking. I know it's easy to interrupt someone because the conversations can get a little deep, and so I will definitely make sure I try to moderate that the best way I can. But anyway, while we wait on Lorraine, I guess we can go ahead and discuss this attitude adjustment. Y'all hear her in the background? Yeah, I know. But yeah, we got our thumbs down. Hi, hater. But anyway, we're gonna start off with just the African American community in general. A lot of people, and we speaking of the others, because we really don't care too much about nobody else, because those are, to me, are the biggest enemies we have. They feel, we are gangsters, we're thugs, the way we act, the way we talk, you know what I'm saying? They feel like it's ghetto. We from the hood. We from, a lot of us are from stricken areas, you know what I'm saying? But you can't allow your environment to justify, or dictate who you are. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We have schools in every city. We all have an opportunity to educate ourselves or be educated. But the biggest question is, why do we have such an aggressive attitude? I'm gonna say that first and foremost, because we're gonna start with the women. We're gonna start with our beautiful women, and I can't speak for you women, so I'm gonna need my queens to come up here. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you all done heard the saying, that black woman attitude. What does that mean? And why is it said? Why do they call men, our black men, thugs? We just gangsters. We have a lot of intelligent men in the African American community. We have some angry men in the African American community. But that's not all of us. I think she has stepped back in the building. Let's bring on Lorraine. Let's go. Oh, hold on, Lorraine. My fault. I thought I brought you on. I didn't mean to do that. Let me make sure you're on. Oh, I know what it is. My fault. Silly me. Hold on, Lorraine. I ain't see this thing. I ain't even realize this thing was back on my screen. What's going on, Lorraine?
You keeping it going. That was a nice song. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we could use attitude adjustment. There was a bunch of us sisters having a discussion one day, and a young girl stood up, and she was very angry and upset. She said she was sick and tired of men trying to tell her what to do and how to do it. They weren't her daddy. And a more mature sister in the group said, if he was the right one, you call him daddy. So it's like we can't change the people around us, but we can adjust our attitudes and be around people that are more like us, that are better for us, not just somebody.
Right.
That's my take on it. And a lot of us get too upset. And right now it's like Donald Trump got everybody's cackles up. You can talk to anybody any kind of way you want to. You can't hold your peace. You just blow up about the simplest little thing. We need attitude adjustment. We need to be more careful of how we talk to people and how we respond to people, and be more charitable sometimes. Just asking somebody, "Are you okay?" Just smile at them. That's an attitude adjustment. That's an attitude check.
So let me ask you this. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I thought you was funny. That's my fault.
I am. Go ahead.
What or where did the neck and eye rolling come from?
You know, yeah, we good at that. Ain't that awful? And hands on the hips. I
Mm-hmm.
I think I think it's a carryover from slavery. Something behind the back is back. We didn't have we couldn't ask, without getting in the whip or getting taken behind the school shed, you know, and honked on. But I think that it's like a spiteful thing that we did to white people. I don't know. I don't. That's the only thing I can compare it to. I don't know.
Well, I think some people that I have talked to, because I asked this question to a few people in the past, some of them says it's because they done dealt with so much in their life. But if you think about it, we have little youngins right now who ain't nothing but 9, 10 years old, and they already doing it. So it makes me think like, okay, they haven't been through hardly nothing. So is it genetic, or are they getting it from people that they see do it and they think that's the right thing for our culture to do? Or is that just something that our culture do, you know what I'm saying, to show who we are? I don't know. It's just sometimes I think it's done at the wrong time. You know, you could be trying your best. Like, let's say, for instance, you're talking to your wife, or your wife, you're talking to your husband, and he's doing everything in his power not to upset you, and it just comes out. The
Anyway,
attitude, I don't, sometimes I don't get it. It can be frustrating when people do that. Like, why are you doing that? I didn't say anything wrong to you.
well, but okay, I took it back to slavery, but I was just thinking, I've been around some Africans that when they're upset or they disagree with something, they click their tongue and pop their head. And you don't want your auntie, your grandmother, or your mother doing that to you if you're African. If you understand what that means they don't like what you said or they're upset with what you did. Maybe it's an exaggeration of that we brought with us. I don't think it's genetic, but it might be from watching.
Hmm.
Our children do what they see.
YJ the
And that,
author says a learned behavior.
yeah, yeah, children learn what they see. And like I
Yeah.
said, I've been around Africans that they didn't slap their children upside the head, but they would click that tongue and rock that head back, and they straightened up. You know, they knew whatever it was wasn't acceptable, and then maybe the generations that followed that just took it to the nth degree. See the eye rolling and the head shaking and hands on the hips and everything. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. No.
Oh yeah.
Christine says hormonal. Now, hey, I agree with YJ what he said, but Christine, I definitely can't disagree with that either.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Could
I
be.
got somebody else. Hold on one second. Let me bring the next person. Somebody else coming up. We got the homie YJ coming up. What's
Okay.
going on, homie?
What's good? What's good? What's good with you?
Cooling, man. We got Miss Lorraine in the building. Lorraine, this is YJ the author. He was a part of that song we just heard.
Hey there,
Yes.
Miss
Yes.
Lorraine.
Peace, guys. Peace, guys. How are you?
Peace, peace. Yeah, but on the topic, man, what like I said, learned behavior, it's like a lot of like the aggression. I'm not even gonna go with the gender. I'm not even gonna go with the gender roles and all that, like talking about male and female. But when it just comes to when you just break it down to the general, when it comes to the aggression you was talking about, even like with the men, with the women, it's like it's kind of like it's at this point it's ingrained in our culture to be like that. It's ingrained in the fiber of the community to a certain extent, that aggression.
Okay.
and uh and a lot I think kind of has to deal with like how when you don't have that aggression and when you don't show that, people you're perceived as weak to
Yes.
a
You
certain
know what?
extent.
You said a mouthful then, bro, for real. I think you are 100% right. Now I just want to ask you this question, just going off of what you said, being that you said it's ingrained into our culture. Are
Yeah.
you saying that the youngins who are coming up don't have to see it and it naturally comes out of them? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I'm saying like when I say it's ingrained in the culture, I'm saying from a young age, that's what we see. We see that
Okay.
aggression. Like
Okay,
like
gotcha.
like the men, we see that aggression when it comes to being hard. If you're not
Hmm.
hard, you soft, basically. And the women, the young ladies, you get the hand on the hip, the neck roll. That's all things that are being seen or portrayed, even maybe not even in the household, but when they go to school.
Yeah.
We all go to public schools and whatnot. When you go to school and whatnot, that's what the other girls are doing it. The other dudes are portraying the same thing, and it's just the offspring. It's just a cycle that just it's all cyclical.
Lorraine, what you think about what he just said?
I agree. I agree. You can send a child to school with an attitude from the home, and they'll come back from something they picked up at school.
Oh yeah.
Uh, and sometimes it's intentional just to disrupt the household. It's like you send them to school with a dove, and they come back with a snake.
Now,
It's
now,
something they
Rennie
picked up at
just,
school.
I'm sorry,
Well, go ahead.
Rennie just said it's post-traumatic slave disorder.
Slave.
Hey, why don't you come up here, Rennie, and break that down? I understand what you're saying.
See, yeah,
Go ahead, homie.
I understand what she's saying, and my question to that, or my question to that would be, at what point can we not use that as a crutch? And you can call me whatever, but I
Mm-mm.
don't like to be stuck inside a box of always trying to say it's this one thing, because it's a lot of different things. But my only
Yeah.
question would be, at what point can we stop saying that, or can we 1,000 years from now, can we still use that?
I
You know what
agree
I'm
with you,
saying?
bro. I agree with you. Go ahead, Lorraine. You was going to say something?
Yeah. When I was a teenager, my father was in the military, and we were going to school down in Tampa. And there was this Cuban girl. She was tough. She wore a black leather jacket. She had lots of eyeshadow and lipstick and fingernail polish and all that kind of stuff. And I couldn't do that. And so I kind of admired her and watched everything she did and said. And she gave me this statement to say when I went home. That's why I said I went to school with a dove and came home with a steak. That heifer told me to sing Besamacula walking through the house. I didn't know anything about any Spanish. Before we went to Florida, we were in Wisconsin. So we had some German in school, but I didn't know anything about any Spanish. Why would she tell me to do that? My father
Hmm.
grew up in Chicago, so he was around a lot of Puerto Ricans. He knew exactly what I was saying. I got my behind beat too. So that didn't have anything to do with slavery. I was just looking up to somebody, trying to fit in with
Right.
somebody.
Right.
And so slavery didn't have anything to do with that. And we can't use that as a crutch all the time. It's too easy an excuse for doing something that's not positive.
Right.
Oh, my parents or my grandparents or my great grandparents were slaves and they did it like this. It, it, we're supposed to be past that. We're supposed to be more mature, more developed than that. So let somebody else use that as an excuse for something that we do positive. They can say, "Oh, that's the PTSD, whatever." But
And sometimes,
it. Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, I'm done. Go ahead,
And
please.
sometimes the funny part about it is, sometimes when you start to mention these things within the conscious community and pro-black community, when you start to talk about at what point can we not use that, you will get labeled as a coon just for even saying a statement like that. Like you'll get labeled, and that's a whole nother topic. But
for saying what you just said.
Yeah, I've seen it, bro. To tell you the truth, man, when I came on YouTube, the conscious community, the whole pro-black and all that, like that Sonetta and all that. When I first started chatting in chats, that's the whole circle that I was in, and I seen it a ton. If you mention anything like that, that's where it goes. Like, but that's a whole nother thing. But
wow.
And that's what I said. We need to be more positive about the things that we say and what we reflect. We really do. And that's, we don't need a psychiatrist to tell us to stop talking like that. You know, say something positive. Take, on a line chart, you want to go to the right, not to the left.
All right, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Rini. Now, matter of fact, I'm gonna play a song real quick. Y'all welcome to stay here until this song over. But Rini, hold that thought. I hope you show up in a second because I want to address what you just stated. Because I definitely disagree. So y'all sit tight, or if you have to go, I understand. But we're finna play one more jam or another jam, and we'll be right back.
Trump, dummy. Mook got the keys, Jordan.
Tell me what you worry for, 'cause you don't have to cry no more, no more, no more. You don't have to cry no more. Tell me what you're looking for, 'cause you don't gotta look no more, no more. You don't gotta cry no more, you don't gotta look no more. Let me take a second for the women, this song is overdue. I hope you listen till I'm finished. You was just since the beginning, you was raising our children, so I gotta give you credit if nobody else give it. I know you think we all villain, that's a stereotype, but what we gotta deal with, it ain't even much right. Y'all gon' live in my sight. I don't do this for the like shit, I do it 'cause it's right. To keep it real, this something right. So I'ma tell you this tonight. For the men across America, I'ma say it for them, baby girl, we cherish you. And ain't no letting up. For you, I'm a competitor. You never been a record. Tell the truth, that's why they scared of us. Tell me what you worry for, 'cause you don't have to cry no more, no more, no more. You don't have to cry no more. Tell me what you're looking for, 'cause you don't gotta look no more, no more. You don't gotta cry no more, you don't gotta look no more. I gotta stand up for the real men. I'm talking real men. They know who you really is. This world that we living in, they don't wanna feel us in. They try to kill the black and get mad when we attack them and put us on the back end. They like, look how they acting. They don't see the queens that we have to look at. I'm trying to start a new chapter. Ain't no more fucking the master. I don't want my kid growing up to be a fucking bastard. They rather see us going backwards, 'cause they know what we have. They don't wanna see our black queens living in a castle, 'cause I just want the best, and that's really what matters for the queens, and I'm ready for a pass. I ain't never been a coward. Tell me what you worry for, 'cause you don't have to cry no more, no more, no more. You don't have to cry no more. Tell me what you're looking for, 'cause you don't gotta look no more, no more. You don't gotta cry no more, you don't gotta look no more. This is for all my black queens across America. You ain't gotta cry no more. You ain't even gotta look no more. We here for y'all. And I'm speaking for every black king all over the world. Stand up, my nigga.
All right. I don't know how your mic was speaking through the music, Lorraine, but you gave him the business. That's all we're gonna say.
Oh, you can hear me?
I don't know. I don't know how
Hey,
your mic went through that music. Because
I thought it
normally
was
when I play
coming.
the when I play the videos, that doesn't
Yeah.
ever happen, and it did.
She got that power mic.
Oh.
It's
and,
a.
and, and it said,
I
and it
did
said it
mute.
was off.
It did. I did
Yeah.
mute it after I heard. I had to go to your picture and mute it myself. I don't know
I
how
thought it
that
was
happened,
coming
but
from the video.
me too. Me too. I'm like, I ain't never heard that in the damn video.
Oh, talks about the pie.
Yeah, you had a pie or something. You said.
Yeah, I had some bean pies, some of the little
Oh,
small
okay.
bean pies, and everybody was supposed to get one, and they disappeared. I'm sorry.
All right. So
I'm sorry.
I wanna address Reni's comment. She said everyone doesn't roll their necks. I think the media likes to focus on the negative. Now I want to say this, Rini. This didn't come from the media. This actually comes from us, period. I mean, the media sees it just
Yeah.
like we do. So I don't think we can 100% blame it on the media because it's true. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we know the media are going to focus on everything negative that we do. We understand that. And
Yeah.
I agree with you to that point. But in this case, we're just talking about our attitude as a people, not towards the world, but amongst the African American community with us. How can
Yeah.
we treat each other better? Why do we give off such a bad attitude to our own people? You feel what I'm saying? That's the point I'm trying to get to.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
know.
YJ, you muted your own mic. I just want to make sure I didn't do that. But anybody can go off for that if you want to discuss something.
But yeah, and that's the thing about it. I don't think like to her response to my what I initially said about the head rolling. Like I don't. How can I say it? I don't think it's one thing like the media. I don't think it's the media just that. I don't think it's the slavery just that. I think it's a grouping of a lot of different things. The reason why we exude this type of aggression and whatnot. But it's just I guess it's just like Miss Lorraine was saying earlier. Like we got to do it on it's a person by person basis, and I say that on I go back to that when it comes to a lot of these topics dealing with the Black community. I go back to that same thing. It's a household by household thing when it comes to this stuff. Because I mean,
So let me
it's
let me. I'm sorry, YJ. I didn't mean to cut you off.
go
But I
ahead.
definitely want to respond to two comments that Christine said, and I'm gonna ask you first, and then we're gonna go to Rini. Miss Lorraine, Christine says aggression comes from pain, and then she just stated it also comes from fear. How you feel about that statement?
I mean, I could.
Um.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
I'm
bad.
talking to Mr. Lorraine, YJ.
Yeah,
I ain't
my
mean to
bad.
cut you off, bro.
Okay. Um. That's logical. It is. But. Oh wow. Pain and fear. Sometimes fear will make you do something aggressive to save your life.
True.
Sometimes pain causes you to give pain to somebody else, to get it off you, like taking it out on somebody else. And if you get a bunch of black people together and get them upset, things could go wrong. Things could go terribly wrong.
All right.
But let me say, just add this one little thing, and you'll watch it. You go ahead. If you get a bunch of black women in a room together, I don't know about brothers, and somebody's talking, you can tell by the sound that they make, the vibration that they give off, whether they agree or disagree. Now tell me if you've been around a woman that didn't go, mm-hmm, you, those are vibratory tones. And so, maybe the anger and the fear is because the vibratory tone hasn't been developed properly. Maybe it's just the older women that grunt and moan and hum. And the younger ones roll their eyes, pop their neck, and put their hands on their hips because they hadn't gotten there yet. I don't know. I don't know. Your
Go
third
ahead,
wife.
YJ.
I kind of wanted. I wonder where Renee had went because I kind
Rini?
of wanted to. Rini, because I wanted to kind of hear her going back to the PTSD with the slavery. I kind of wanted to hear her explanation on all that and whatnot because I don't completely disagree with that. I wasn't trying to, disagree with her when I said about us saying or me asking the question. Oh, there she go. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
she
mute her.
probably had a bad signal. Go
I'm
ahead,
mute her.
Rini. YJ want to hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Yeah. At first I thought I wasn't gonna come up, but why do I? It could be a question, but why, if she was talking about Olivia them said there's pain and we do it because of pain, but why do we take the pain that we feel and put it against the ones that love instead of the people that cause us the pain?
Preach.
Why do we turn against the people, or the young people against the young people or whatever? Why is the pain, we suppress that pain, and instead of dealing with it, what we've done since, I guess what's called Willie Lynch, we've learned to attack each other. And it's just it's a learned behavior. But it's good we're having this discussion because we're most of us got children or grandchildren, and we can address that pain, and they need to learn how to deal with it, right? Because this is a different society. And if they don't learn how to deal with the pain that they feeling and stop attacking the people that they love and the ones that are in your community, this is what you're gonna get, right?
Right. Hey,
That was the point I came up with.
Now, hold on, don't go nowhere. Going back to what YJ said, and what you said, a lot of us blame why we have so much black on black violence in our community. They blame it on slavery and what they've done to us. I never understood how can you take that and still do it to our own people. You could go and rob one of your brothers, but you won't Robin Hood and go rob one of these, who, with what they've done to us. But we can continue to do the same shit to ourselves and blame it on slavery. How is that even right? Go ahead, anybody.
Well, that was the second thing that they brought up was fear, right? And so a lot of times you're angry about your situation and you're too afraid to stand up to the person. So you go for the weakest link, right? And okay, you're my cousin, right? And you remember I'm on this journey, and I came down there looking for my grandfather, who was born in 1916. That's Sidney Roberts, right? And he's a World War II veteran. And so when you say, can you blame it on slavery? My aunt died in 2005. She was 101. Their parents were in slavery. So that pain isn't that far back, generations back. You know what I'm saying? And so the pain is, some people talk about slavery, it seemed like a long time ago, but it wasn't that long ago. And you can still feel the pain. And even when I travel down there, my grandfather, who lost a leg in World War II, and he comes back to Brunswick and he's fighting to get his benefits. You know what I'm saying? And the same, remember when I was at your house, remember I showed you his the check stub?
Mm-hmm.
They only paid him for 25 hours, $11, right? And
$11.
the people that $11, he saw the check stub. But what I'm saying, there hasn't been that much progress. And so if my grandfather suffered that, and you live down there in Brunswick, and the same company there, and we're their grandchildren, well, those are their grandchildren, running the same businesses. Those are same grandchildren that chase after Ahmaud. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so when they're saying that this movement that we're going through is that, like you talk about your grandmother, is that our grandparents are waking us up because we don't want our grandchildren to be going through what we're going through. So that's why we have to make a change.
So YJ, and I
Yeah.
know you asked this question. You said, how long can we use slavery as the excuse? So
Well,
we're going off of what
that
Rennie just said. What do you
that's
feel
all.
about that?
That's all I was saying was how long can we use that? Because a lot of these, like how you said, Rennie, that you're closely attached to that, or you're closer in range to that. And a lot of what I was talking about is it's not coming from that generation. It's coming from 90s babies and up, from what I'm
Mm.
seeing. So that's the only reason why I had posed that question about the how long can we, or at what point do we stop kind of looking to that as being the reason for certain things and whatnot. So that's
Lorraine,
all
what
I
you
was.
think?
Well, what I was
Okay,
thinking.
okay.
Okay,
Hold
I
on,
was here.
Rennie.
I have. Okay,
Hold
who
on one
said something?
second, Rennie. I want to
Okay, go
get
ahead.
some feedback from Lorraine. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
Go ahead,
Lorraine.
Lorraine.
See, YJ, you're from a different generation, and so okay, instead of slavery, let's say it was crack. Say somebody dealing with crack, and every time they came around, they talked about how much they sold or how much they did, and it's not going into a positive direction. It's something that's going to take you back or have you tripping, you know, have you fall off because of something that they're always talking about. And see, you're looking at the PTSD like somebody coming around talking about crack. It ain't positive. It's not going to get anybody anywhere. Or somebody that was um, going through DTs because they couldn't get a drink. You know, not making fun of people or anything, but somebody always coming around talking about something negative, liquor, weed, whatever they do. Whatever they do is on them. Don't bring it, to the community. Don't bring it in the building. Don't bring it in the house. And so
Right.
that's you're seeing it in a different light than us. We're grandmothers. You may have one or two seeds, but you don't look at things the same way we do. But you got
Right.
some power and some knowledge in you. You tell by what you write, tell by what you sing, the music that you play, and it ain't going backwards. It
Right.
ain't
So
going backwards.
so just and I want you to answer this, YJ. Um, Port City said the trauma is passed down from generation to generation. The mother and father and the environment pass it down to kid to kid. Now, what about people like us who recognize this problem, who are teaching the difference or teaching our kids to be different, but they still adopt that same trauma as Port City say? Why is that?
Mm, that part of it. See, there's certain topics like when it comes to parental type things I don't even touch on because I don't have no kids. So, but I but I kind of did want to get Reni's perspective on the what I was talking about, the whole generational type thing, and the kids that don't have that attachment to the slavery and whatnot.
Okay, okay. For instance, my mother just passed January, right? And so I was talking to
Right.
one of my brothers, and I say, you know what? There's a gap in the generations. For most of us, we spoiled our kids. They feel entitled, right? And so they don't know about the struggle, right? So they take for granted they lived in this little fantasy world that, all they got to do is grow up, and when they grow up, Boss was talking about the other day, his daughter says she gonna be balling, right? And they just grow up and they think that, they think that they don't live in the real world to think that it's going to be a struggle. They got to work hard and people are always going to look at their skin. But I was telling my brother, I said, you know what? 20 years from now, I'm 60. I'll be my mama's age. But we only have 20 years, to make sure that we get that knowledge. Don't look at the
I was
past where
kind
we
of breaking
failed.
up.
Oh yeah. I said, don't look where we fail, but like we having this conversation. we have to push. We have to push against it, even if they don't want to hear it. We should make sure that we make that connection. It should, it doesn't matter. We have the knowledge. We have to make sure that generation they gave crack are the ones that feel entitled, that we have to make sure that they get the knowledge and that they make that connection that our ancestors made with us, right? Because that's how you move forward. That's the unity. That's the unity, the courage, right?
So Rini, does this topic, the subject, does the attitude ever change, or this is something that's going to be instilled in our DNA from generation to generation?
You always have to have faith, boss.
No, I'm just asking. I want to hear from you.
Well, I don't really understand the question. I guess I'm confused. You sound like, it does. If we don't do anything, it may happen. But as long as we like having this conversation and we communicating with AJ and them, and we all, because you remember, I ain't gonna say I'm old enough to be your mother, but I have a son your age. But as long as we communicate, and this is the unity, and we're talking and we're communicating and we're breaking those chains, those mental slavery, and the knowledge. Ain't no sense the knowledge is gonna do us no good in the grave. We can pass it on to, like you was talking to your daughter, right? She might didn't want to hear, but boss, you were giving her that knowledge, right?
Right.
Right. That's what we have to do. We have to push forward and make sure, even if they don't want to hear it. Hey, you may didn't want to hear what your grandmama had to say, but you heard it, and look where she's gone on to Sheol, and now you're going on and you're passing that knowledge on.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Hey, Olivia, you gotta allow your camera and you gotta allow your microphone to come on. I do see you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play another song and we will continue this conversation. Again, like I said, you're welcome to stay on the screen. I can fit up to 10. But we'll be right back. We're gonna wait for you, Olivia. In the meantime, we're gonna play some more music and we're gonna listen to the jam. This is
I'm gonna be quiet.
Jeans. Jeans of Soul. Let's get it, people.
It's a pandemic. It's worse than Corona.
Work hard. Be somebody. Be something more than what you see in the mirror. Let the world be your mirror.
Trend. Instead of glorifying the evil, help your brother win. Shit, I'm sick of seeing what we now defend. What we used to call lame niggas jumping in. Like you the devil's friend. Need to tuck that shovel in. Cause that grave that you digging, niggas helping him. It ain't no wealth in sin. Go ahead and mail it in. Cause I'ma defend this melanin skin I'm in. The clever you is, the better the man you is. Instead of a bid, why don't you take care of your kids? I guess you ain't noticed that we losing, friend. Try picking up a book and read it through the end. Can't let the news tell you who you is. Cause they just make us out of fools and we just let them win. That pussy Trump war the devil's friend. But guess who let him in? It was us in the end. If you ever pay attention, it seems like we glorify the bullshit. We praise all the evil shit that's being done to us, whether it's done to us on a racist standpoint or it's done to us by us. You feel what I'm saying? I think a lot of people don't realize how much power we have to change what we see. The wind starts in your mind, but it's not a breeze. Proper planning and belief can take you to your dream. And what you think is what you really see. So negative thoughts gon' bring negativity. We living in these last days, ain't the time that you play. We gotta knock down these barricades. But we say we want better days. But take your mind off the bullshit like who got on the better J's. Take some time and try to meditate. We in the hole, you gotta know. If it's a God and it's a better way. And them haters, just let them hate. If you in favor, they can't escape. We all got a day to fade. Respect your bloodline, my jeans is a plate. I'm full of soul, keep my food on my plate. Can't be a fool, cause it's rude when they awake. And the Jakes at your plate and put that light in your face. Now you might have missed that. But that light should have been turned on a long time ago, bro. But we so focused on the wrong shit. Shit that don't do us no good, mean us no good. You shouldn't be competing with nobody with the same color skin that you have, you feel me? Because we already up against the 8 ball. You feel what I'm saying? It's time we open up our eyes, man. Boss.
Body to be global. And we ain't playing with you.
So we're back. YJ said he'll be back up later on. Appreciate you for stepping up, black man, black brother. We need more people like you, man. But right now we still have our queens on board. We got Miss Lorraine and my cousin Rennie, who dropping nothing but knowledge. I do want to give a big shout out to Black Star for sliding through. I think she says her device giving her some problems, so she can't make it up, but hey, you can always leave comments. But Rennie, I think we left off with you, if I'm not mistaken.
You hear me?
Yeah, we got you back up here. You there?
I don't know. When I was backstage, I don't know what you guys were saying. I lost my music and everything. So what was the last topic?
Let me scroll. Because you know what? I was reading comments.
Okay, what they say?
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat. Let's go to the chat, and I can put a couple of comments up here, and let's go to what D. Marie said, because I completely missed this one. D. Marie states, I think we're just a passionate people, hence comes the eye roll and the neck rolls. Passion. There's a lot of things that we as the black race does negative and positive that other races mimic. Any one of you ladies can feel free to comment on it. If not, I will.
Did Lorraine say anything? I think it's. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say. I mean, I think that we do have little idiosyncrasy things that we do, but I think sometimes the media likes to certain things pick it out, and they try to only portray that that's the only thing good about us, or that all men, all black guys, like he said, are thugs, or all women are a certain way, and the media likes to paint us that way. And like I said in one of my comments, we like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. But I think sometimes the media, we can take something and it's okay with us, but they like to highlight it in a way. It's not bad, but they like to paint us in a negative way. And so, it's appropriate when you train your children. It's a time and a place for everything. I think the scriptures say it's a time and a season, to cry, do whatever, be silly, laugh, whatever. But we have to train them as children when it's appropriate, right?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Go ahead, Lorraine.
Somebody, maybe it was Cynthia. Somebody said something about it being in our genes. First of all, a lot of our behavior is based on what we eat, and what we think is what we eat, what we consume. We were fed the worst of the slop, and in order to survive as slaves, we found spices, roots, bark, whatever it was to liven up the food for them. So we became the cooks, but we weren't given the best ingredients to use, and we were given the least amount of it. At one time, the butchers were throwing away chicken's feet and the pig feet, but the black people, this was even after slavery. This was like a few years ago, not too long ago. They figured out we were eating that slop. And that was because that's what sustained us then. The worst of the worst food for us to eat. And so now most people can't afford the best, can't afford to be a vegan or a vegetarian, even though that's better for us. And so if if a woman is pregnant, what she eats, she's feeding the child. If she's pregnant and she's abused, she's feeding the child. So it's like we have to nurture ourselves, we have to nurture each other, and maybe some of that negativity will breed itself out. Maybe the attitude adjustment is what we eat.
Okay. So I think I got your answer to the question. Do we even need a attitude adjustment? I think you said we could. Rennie, how do you feel? I understand you broke down a lot of things. So at the end of the day, do we need one, or you think it's okay the way it is?
No, it is. It's not just like a how can I say? It evolves. It's not like a light switch you cut on and you cut off, because things change and the situation changes. So as life change and evolve, we have to evolve, right? And so you can't just cut on. Yeah, we get an adjustment, but you adjust as life go on. Like I said, my time is short. I say short. You never know how long you're gonna be here, right? But I'm just saying you have to evolve. Even you, boss, you're not the same guy that you were when you were 20, right? And so now you're in your 40s. I'm not gonna tell everybody how old you are. Didn't mean to do that, but
I'm
I
not
can be
ashamed of my
feeling
age.
sometimes. But I'm saying, but we evolve. Do we need one? Of course. That's the thing. The mental. We need to mentally adjust. Because one time it was like we said in the 70s, things were different. We had to adjust. We now as like we gonna still have to adjust. I'm up here in Atlanta, right? Tell AJ I'll be in Texas when the rain stops. But even in
YJ.
Atlanta, YJ, tell YJ I'll be there. But like I said, we have to adjust, and we just went through the Trump administration, but that's still adjustment. Now I'm in Atlanta. I'm like, well, I'm sitting up here. Now they were protesting today. They were out there about the voting and stuff. So it's a constant adjusting, and so we have to adjust our attitudes as the season. See, you got summer, winter. You don't run around with no big coat in the summertime, right? So
That's right.
as things change, you have to adjust.
And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
we
want
need
to,
it. Hmm.
I'm sorry. I
No, go
just
ahead.
want to go back and make sure, everyone understands when I'm talking about the attitude adjustment, I'm talking about amongst us, how we treat each other. So
Right.
if you say we have to adjust, I mean, adjust to what? You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the enemy. Y'all know who I call the enemy. I'm talking about amongst us. What are we adjusting to in our own community that hasn't been happening forever?
Well, remember
Uh,
we had the discussion the other day, and that the community I grew up in, it wasn't the same community that you grew up in, right? And blacks
Right.
were our attitudes toward each other were different, right? And then they
yes.
came in, and we had the drugs and pipeline, but it hasn't been this way forever. And even though it seems bad and it seems dim, we have to adjust. We can't just say, well, why it's just this way, they just kill each other. No. But if we believe that lie, that's the lie. If we believe that lie, that all we can do, we hate each other and we gonna kill each other, we have to adjust and say, no, that's a lie. We're spiritual people. We love each other, and we have to be the people that we are and learn to love each other. First of all, you got to love yourself, right? Right? You have to love yourself, and then love transcends. And then you can't tell me just because we went through these few 30 years that we can't learn to love each other, right? When we didn't have each other, when we didn't have the material things, we loved each other. He said I got 20 years. I'll be 80, but I can do what I can do. It might not be much, and what I can do, you can start with one, each one teach one. And this conversation that we're having, and I love that we talk to YJ and them, and we're bridging that generational. We're not gonna grip that lie. We're not gonna. They can't just put us in the nursing home, and we can't give up hope on them, right?
That's right. That's right.
Lorraine, you said you had something you wanted to say, Lorraine?
Yeah, we have to do better by each other. In the church, everybody hugs. When they leaving, when they come in, most of the time when everybody leaving the church, everybody's hugging and rocking. And I don't go to church anymore. But anyway, I've gotten to the point where when I'm shopping, when I'm out in the public, nobody can see my face, but I try and let them read my eyes. I'll pass the sister and say, sister, and just kind of nod my head to her. I pass a brother, if they make eye contact. A lot of us don't, but we need to do that more too. I'm not looking at you because I think you're going to rob me or you're going to stab me in the back once I get past you. I'm looking at people so they can trust me. Look in my eyes, and I greet them, brother or sister, and I keep going. I'm not trying to make a conversation, but I'm trying to open up. I'm trying to do better, and that's the only way I know how. That's the best way for me.
Lorraine, I think you touched on the biggest probably factor of this whole conversation is trust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's learning to trust one another. And I think that's the biggest issue we have in our community is just like you said, you don't have to grab your purse or you don't have to feel like I'm finna rob you because I got dreads or because I'm dressed a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Some of the people that's dressed like someone from the streets might be the most intelligent person that you ever held a conversation with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that comes with us just, pointing fingers at the other brother. And we have to stop doing that. But I don't know. This is just a conversation I feel that need to be had, And let me hit the chat because I see we got Chloe done stepped in the building. I want to definitely read this next comment I see here by Kings and Queens. He said we have to learn to start loving, appreciating, and caring for each other, and attitude will change. It's a mind adjustment. I can dig that.
Yeah.
I can dig that. Well, let's get to another song. And like I said, you ladies are welcome to stay up here. We're going to keep rocking that. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I appreciate these lovely queens on the panel with me. Salute to my homie YJ, K Money, Uncle Charles. Appreciate y'all for holding the chat down. But in the meantime, we're going to go to that jam. We're going to go to that anthem. We might as well go ahead and make it that anthem. I don't know what we're waiting on, but we might as well make it that anthem. You feel me?
Yes.
So here it is. Here it is, because we solid. We solid as a rock.
So special.
Headed to the top, no, I will not stop. I came from the bottom, I will not drop. Shalom to my people and everybody that rock. Just know it don't stop. We at the top, bitch, we solid as a rock. No, I will not stop. I came from the bottom, I will not drop. Shalom to my people and everybody that rock. Just know it don't stop. We at the top, bitch, we solid as a rock. Yeah, my people coming through. You gon' make us like a goddamn fool, and I'ma pass act me a dream rap right, I'm a fool. See the facts, it's the truth. Move back, I'm a shit, it's me attacking the madman strapped in the coop. You can ask for the proof, bitch, I'm back and I'm loose. I can't laugh at a fool, cause he have no clue. This ain't just rap in the booth. I'm half man, half fool, but I am that dude. I take baths in the truth, and half ass won't do. We won't let your ass come through. You won't outlast this group. I'ma stand and salute. 10 toes down with my troops. We yelling man down when we shoot. We on the ground with the boots. And if you're looking around for the truth, it get a little loud in the booth. Don't make a damn time. I'm headed to the top. No, I will not stop. I came from the bottom. I will not drop. Shalom to my people and everybody that rock. Just know it don't stop. We at the top. Bitch, we solid as a rock. No, no, I will not stop. I came from the bottom. I will not drop. Shalom to my people and everybody that rock. Just know it don't stop. We at the top. Bitch, we solid as a rock. I can go back to back, but I won't go back to the trap. In the trap, it's a rap. In the trap, it's a bunch of damn rats. I'm a man, you won't trap me like that. So I'm here to speak the fact. Oh yeah, break them down on the track. I'm trying to reach every man in the benefit seat. In fact, stand tall, goddamn it, we black. They try to take that by giving us crack, but we giving that back. It's a race and we running this track. It's a war, yeah, we coming right back. And we ain't taking no slack. And no more shooting us in the back. It's called unity, we all in underground railroad track. We unified all over this map. Old school coming through in the lack. And we dressed all black. Y'all done gave us the best y'all got. You know we running for a march, y'all forgot. Headed to the top. No, I will not stop. I came from the bottom. I will not drop. Shalom to my people and everybody that rock. Just know it don't stop. We at the top. Bitch, we solid as a rock. No, no, I will not stop. I came from the bottom. I will not drop. Shalom to my people and everybody that rock. Just know it don't stop. We at the top. Bitch, we solid as a rock. Oh yeah. Solid as a rock. Oh yeah. Salute to the general, Grandmaster J, to the whole NFAC. No fucking around. Y'all know what it is. Just be black, people. Change that me into a we. You dig? Remember, it's facts over feelings. This is Body to Beat, people. We in the building.
And we are back. Now, I have a question because, like I said, I talked to Isha earlier today, and she provided me some information that I just can't find. So I just want to make you guys aware. She told me she would get back with me when she found anything. But from what she told me and brought to my attention was in Doraville, and I'm assuming this is like maybe like a sub or outside skirts of Atlanta. I think maybe I'm just say outside of Atlanta, that a black man was burned and hung. And I think she said it was about maybe a few days ago, or about up to a week ago. I can't remember the exact time. I don't know if anyone else heard this, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention. So if you hear about it or you find anything about it, please let me know. We have to bring attention to this type of stuff because, of course, 2020 was a year that we took those steps forward, even though we lost a lot of souls doing so. So I think what would happen going forward would be they would hide this so they don't have to deal with us again. And we're not having that shit. We're not. So, but yeah, I just wanted to bring that to y'all attention. If anyone heard anything about it, feel free to speak on it, bring it up. If not, we'll keep our eyes and ears to the streets and our boots on the ground. You feel me? Yeah. Port City, Doraville, Georgia. Hold on, let me see if I still got it in my search engine. But any of you ladies can speak up if you know anything, or if you have anything you want to talk about.
I've got two sons that live in Jonesboro. I don't I could contact them and see if they've heard anything about it. They should have, but I'll
Okay.
see what I can find out.
Yeah, it's
The Jonesboro is
Dora.
right outside of Atlanta.
Yeah, Doraville, Ville, and it's in
Jonesboro.
DeKalb County.
Okay, okay, that's near Jonesboro in DeKalb County, I believe. Okay,
Yeah,
Okay.
and
I'll
I
find
know
out
you
what I
up there
can.
too, Rainey.
Okay, yeah, that's my home. I'm a Grady baby. What I did, I don't have all the facts, but I did hear something in Douglas, Georgia, but not in not in Atlanta, but Douglas, Georgia is like south of Macon. But I heard something. I
Oh,
don't have all the facts, so I don't really want to comment on it, not knowing all the facts. But it's not being burned, but something about a guy. But do your research. I don't know for sure, so I just say we can. But I did want to comment on something. I being back in the green room, I really couldn't hear the music, but it's just something. I'm a 30-year veteran, so that meant I was young when I went in. But when I see impact and I see those people, I see young people like YJ, and I see those, I don't know how people they could not like Grandmaster Jay. That he's just one person. But when I see those young black people from all over America willing to put their lives on the line and they standing up
yeah,
there, and a lot of them never had any military training. All they had is just a spiritual, that ancestor love, or that love. They want to say we don't love each other, but you know what? Those Every one of those members of Impact, they loved us, right? They loved us. They
yeah.
they were out there. They put their
Mm,
lives, because America can be, the government can be pretty rough. They got rockets and all, but
yeah,
they didn't have no
yeah,
fear because they saw something. They were willing to stand up for what was right. And so,
yeah,
even though we don't go with the movement, I mean, we should continue in the movement because of nothing else for each one of them, right? And like you were
yeah,
saying, you don't know if they'll get a call again, like you were just talking, boss. But if we get out there and we bash them, and that's what the enemy wants. So we should, salute them for all they've done, because when you see them, they're from all walks of life, girls,
yeah.
guys, and they had courage, right? And so whenever I see them marching, it just does my heart good. So
Hey,
impact for life.
I, hold on. AK Money, can you drop that link in the chat? I think this might have some truth to it because I actually see Olivia said it's on Locks and Loads page. The info is
Mm,
there. Uncle Charles said it happened in Winston, Georgia. Hold
mm.
on, let me go back up. I seen some more. Um, what up, legend? Appreciate you for joining, bro. Then Olivia said Douglasville.
No, it's
She,
Douglas, not Douglasville.
or
Douglasville
Douglas.
is outside of Atlanta. Douglas County is like south, is like in between Macon and Albany. So it's south of Macon, Georgia. So if you headed up toward Atlanta, then when you were toward Macon, then you would go the other direction. I'm not gonna say it's near Middlesville, but it's way out there in the middle of nowhere.
D. Marie said yes. The Black Gun Clubs have planned a gathering. Never mind. Let me take that off the screen. Y'all can read it.
Mm,
Yeah, I learned a lot from Joetta, and I just found out what oh man, she taught me something I can't even. It's in my chat. It's in my inbox, but I definitely don't want to announce nothing like that. So I'm gonna just shut up about
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Right,
But
right, right,
we gotta
right.
gotta stay on code. Gotta stay on code. That's my fault. I like to slip the fuck up just then, didn't it? But yeah, most definitely. I appreciate this. I think this is a great conversation.
Yeah.
And
Can I say something, boss?
sure, go
But
ahead.
the
Go
key,
ahead.
the key is, if maybe you can't be the one that go down, but we can stay informed. We can be awake. We can stay awake, and not just go back to sleep and thinking, okay, he's gone, but realize that the struggle is still going on, right? And you may not can't go way down there in Douglas, Georgia, but being awake and paying attention, and keep being involved, and making sure that you do whatever you can possibly do to make sure that the things are done to change the system, change the law. Start with, like you said, we were talking, start with our children, start with our own family, but then stay attuned of things that are happening. Stay tuned in, right?
All right.
Well, Black Star.
We got our
Queen
sister
Mother.
Black Star in the building. Welcome, Mother
Yes.
Star. That's what I'm gonna call you, Mother Star. I seen your bio and your credentials. Hey, I am honored to have you on my screen. Welcome. What's going on, Miss Black Star?
The honor and the pleasure is all mine to be in the house of the King. I love you.
Yeah.
Love you too. So we just talking about attitude adjustments.
Yeah, attitude adjustments. We spoil our kings. And for all those who think that we do some man bashing, no, our men have loosed us. They have given their permission for us to speak truth in our behalf and their behalf. We will never bash a correct Black man. And that's the name of the game.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Right.
Appreciate it. That's love. That's love.
Yes, it is.
We need more
Deep
people
down.
like you. Yeah.
Deep to
Thank
the
you so
bone.
much, my
Yes,
brother.
indeed.
Yeah, I told Queen Sister K that everything I submitted to her, because she needs to know who we are when we come forward to speak or when we're in the chat, because there are so many who are sent in like a Trojan horse. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With the sweet little shaloms and a whole bunch of other stuff. And we have no idea what the agendas are. So, yes.
That's
so
my
I
apologies.
told
I like to slip
Queen
up.
K,
My fault.
yeah, Queen K, to please give you everything that I submitted to her, because you are the king of our house and you need to know who's in your house. You are our protector. I feel that in you. And you need to know who's around K Money, because you are very close to her and very protective of her. And I wanted you to know that I come in peace and humbly to her house and to yours.
I appreciate it. That touched my soul, touched my spirit. Hey,
Wonderful.
and like Rennie say, I definitely respect the ancestors that came before us and the beautiful queens we have that follow them, that can teach us. And I'm receiving of all knowledge. I'm never too old to learn. So I want to say thank you.
And that's what makes a great king, is the fabulous, strong, beautiful, and adoring and respectful women who are in his household. That makes a great king. So I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any of the other ladies, my queens, have anything else they want to touch on before we go to the next jam? Because we're going to wrap this up just in a little bit.
I'm glad to see you, Queen Mother. I really am. I wish we could have a women's summit so we could all get together, you know, and comes to bring the spirits together, you know, bring the ancestors out and have a women's symposium. I wouldn't know what to call it, but if somebody can think of how we can all get together, you know, and where, and the possibilities of it, I'll do whatever I can to help.
Yes, and if we think it, we believe it, we can project it and manifest it, because you just confirmed something that's been on my mind for several days, that we need a conference of the queens, especially the grandmothers and great grandmothers. We have something to say to the children, and we have something to say to all of those who are still in doubt. We are family. I want them to know that. And as family, we can agree or disagree, but we are in one accord when it comes to protecting our own. And I believe a conference has come to the table. We are ready for it. And if anybody could put it together, it has to be Boss Man Blake and Queen K. It has to be. That I believe their full, their full mission, their full purpose is coming to the fore now. And it's time they can put it together. I'm so dumb about this technology, but if you call me, you know, girl, you know I just bought a brand new broom. I will fly in from whatever star I'm on to be with you.
I've been trying to think of solutions, after the chat over the weekend, and I kept going blank, thinking what, and it kept going back to you. My spirit kept going back to you, and I thought that's got to be what it is. We need to sit at her feet, her feet, and be groomed and instructed.
And Lorraine, I actually brought this up, several times during different chats. I called it a meet and greet, but what Black Star said is even better. But you said a women's summit, or you said it. No. You can't leave me out. I want to be there with my queens. I understand we got more of you than us, but as a unit, you can't divide us. I want to be there with you. If I'm gonna be your protector, I want to be amongst the greatness.
Yeah. We cannot do it without you. You are he who serves. He who serves the master naturally serves the queens. So without you, who's going to watch the door, brother? Who's going to be the bouncer when the fools come in?
I know that's right, and I ain't got no problem with it. Hey, I might not have as many guns as Grandmaster Jay, but damn it, I got enough, and I have to go to war for y'all. I have no problem with it. But you are comfortable in the company of this much feminine beauty and power. I saw that with you in the beginning. You so at ease, and you get real relaxed because nothing will touch you as long as we're on guard. We talking Wakanda. We are those women. Hey,
the warriors. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Preach.
Yeah.
Let's get to
cannot run a household without a king.
Hey, whether it's me or we have several, I take that responsibility. I have no problem with it, not at all, because I love my sisters. Yeah. But let's go ahead and go to our last jam of the night, and then we'll get some final thoughts from you beautiful queens before we get up out of here. So let's do it.
All right.
Well, I'll since I
Body to be. Let's go. Yeah, time to make a couple moves, make an impact. Get a couple of degrees, get a big fat check, then send that. Yeah. Nevertheless, I don't think we're gonna come do our best. But we do the minute they pass out the test. Let us handle the rest and we right at your neck. Yeah. I'm an educated black man, bitch, don't try me. Don't confuse me with the rioting. This is my right that I'm exercising. Now we got Trump, got Biden. Both of them chumps be lying. Pluses is minuses. We know what time it is. Veto to both of them, nigga. Get them out of here. We got a commandeer. 40 acres in the mule, bitch, that's our shit. Turn this bitch into a mosh pit. Think that we playing, motherfucker, just watch this. Ain't that dirty cop shit? You gon' make us pop your lid. Be mad in the bitch if we shot your kid. It'll be a war, better back up, bitch. Yeah. All a nigga want is a peace of mind. Treat the people like a treat yours, and everything'll be just fine. Just look at the time. We been in a bind. Just give me what's mine. We done lay down, but we back on the grind. I know my rights, so I'm toting my nine. It's me and my people, my nigga. We ready for war. You better be ready, cause we about to kick down the door. You know that we fed up and we cannot take it no more. All of that racial injustice, that shit gotta cease. You know it's me, I'm repping that body to beat. And if you ain't know, you about to believe.
Okay, fuck your shit and them niggas in that blue black. My people, they fighting back and we don't know how to act. We up in the front now, they want us to fall back. This is not back in the days, nigga, we all on the rage. We on the front of the page, y'all on the side of the cage. What the fuck you really think a nigga was gonna do about it? Now we suicidal, homicide, and now they scared of riots. Nigga done turned into an arsonist. Y'all motherfuckers the one that came around starting shit. Do you think a nigga really wanna be a part of this shit? It done turned hazardous, chemical liquid. It don't matter to certain people, we get it. Big gets, they got this bitch getting their shit twist. Racist faces, popping from different places. Do you not understand it's a new generation? Who the fuck do we blame? Do we blame Satan? White privilege got them racist in our faces. This is not slavery, we slapping tastes inside of your racist faces. It's just in case we gon' be the ones that's catching the case. Talking about self-defense and they dismiss the case. This shit been going on since way back in the days. You really think they killing us by mistake? They hate the skin that we in, we winning. Y'all brought us over here, now we in position. Y'all put us in the game, we in position. Balling on them and they mad that we winning. A white person showed us how to read, and then we learned about them numbers and digits. They try to make us wipe our own people from existence. Y'all did that when y'all gave us the crack. LOL that.
It's me and my people, my nigga, we ready for war. You better be ready, cause we about to kick down the door. You know that we fed up and we cannot take it no more. All of that racial injustice, that shit gotta cease. You know it's me, I'm repping that body to beat. And if you ain't know, you about to believe.
Give me 6 feet, boy, you're making me nervous. These wings just popped in my back, boy, I ain't do this on purpose. They done soften up the game, yup, you can see that the nerve. The niggas will never believe in another Bible, niggas, so I'm gonna say it in verses. The revolution won't be televised, and the media tell a lie. Hope can say she in a hope, but look at the way that she spread her thighs. And I can recognize that they don't sympathize with our situation, nigga, we never get reparations. Niggas is fighting apartheid, look in my eyes, I'm down with the separation. Niggas ain't even American citizens, talking about they Republican. Democrats, we telling lies, kissing black babies and niggas get sucked in. They say that we voted, we die. I say it's a joke and a lie. They keeping us focused on politics, while they politic and we continue to die. Wanted to die in the tribe. Is you high? Thinking any better than Trump? They gon' still shoot us down the streets, cause they think that they better than us. That's racism, they stay killing while playing victim. Always playing victim. But they put them shots off in Jacob's back. Fuck a protest, now we bustin' back.
It's me and my people, my nigga, we ready for war. You better be ready, cause we about to kick down the door. You know that we fed up and we cannot take it no more. All of that racial injustice, that shit gotta cease. You know it's me, I'm repping that body to beat. And if you ain't know, you about to believe.
Hey, before I give you ladies the floor, and we're gonna start with you, Lorraine, then we're gonna end it with Black Star. Can you all hear our soldiers marching, screaming, "Who that?" Can you imagine us coming up the street protesting to that song? Either that song or Solid as a Rock. Man, that song has so much meaning to me, man. It just means so much to me. But Lorraine, you go ahead and have the flow. Then we're gonna end the night with Miss Black Star. Go ahead, man.
Okay. I'd probably be marching behind them, carrying a bottle of water and towels or something, just as support. I'd be so proud, and I hadn't been this proud in a long time.
Yes.
When I was wearing a black beret, the denim jacket, the denim jeans and boots in 1970 in Italy, and had a patch on the arm. I forgot the name of the group, but it was a bunch of guys that had come from Vietnam and were getting put out of the service for drug abuse. And they band together, and you talk about black power. I cut off my hair to the point people was looking for Angela Davis all over the world. They didn't know I wasn't her either. The Office of Special Investigation came to my daddy's house looking for Angela Davis because of my afro and them round glasses. I still like the round glasses, but I would be just proud, just to help to be in that number. Yes. I would. I got goosebumps thinking about it, just hearing that. Who that?
Yes.
And I was thinking about Who That Nation, and we that Who That Nation.
We that. We that.
We that. Yes, I'm done. Thank you, boss man. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Black Star, the floor is yours.
I thank you so much, and salute to all of the queens who were in your chat this evening, to those who came forward on screen. As I said before, we must come forward. Don't worry about being targeted. We know that in the womb, you were already targeted. We know that when you were just a thought and your father's fluids that ignited the spark in your mother's womb, you were already targeted. So come forward. There's nothing to be afraid of. If we rise together. And we ain't going down, so we won't even project a thought like that. Going down together, we will rise together and keep on rising. I'm so delighted to be in the company of these queens and you, Boss Man Blake, Queen Lorraine, my goodness. I felt you from a distance. We're wearing the same noses on our face. We know we are related. We know we are related. We are family. We are friends. We protect each other. And to see you with such glee and such joy that you have found your family and that you are able to speak freely. And we honor you for that. And I notice that you are really chatting today. I mean, you are really letting loose. But we ain't gonna strip on here though, baby. Hey, I'm an artist and I know how to roll and tuck, but I ran up in here tonight. I didn't get a chance to roll and tuck nothing. I threw on a nice little garment to cover everything. So we might do that later when we get back to the jungle, you know?
Okay.
The real nature, where it's permissible and it's respected. But for now, I love you so very much. And to the sister, was that Rini,
Yes.
who said that about making that shift into whatever is coming, making that adjustment? Yes, we must always adjust. But let me add one thing: adjust without acquiescing our integrity, our dignity, our culture, without giving in to what our moral standards are. We make the adjustment, but only in the event that we are going to get something for having made the adjustment. We will not adjust to madness. We will not adjust to disrespect. We will not adjust to being abused, but we will make the adjustment for those who are willing to come forward and get the work done. For those we adjust, but we will not acquiesce our integrity.
That's right. That's right. I just want to share something with y'all before we go. And I'm probably going to turn my screen off before I finish, but it's just something that just touched me with what you said, Black Star. My grandma, another story about my grandma. She told me, you know, when I want to be a football player, I was a great football player. And she brought to my attention because things wasn't going the way I wanted. And she said, well, you're not going to be successful until you answer God's calling that he has for you. And when I couldn't play football no more because of heart condition, I went to my second love, which was music. And anybody that know me personally, know I've dealt with a lot of hatred because I'm confident in what I do, and I don't do the same type of music everybody else do. And when I finally found K Money, I don't know how we found each other, but
when spirit taps you and you are anointed, Rini is anointed, K Money is anointed, this beautiful queen before me, Lorraine, is anointed. And when you have that anointing on you, Creator makes the provision, One minute you have no one, and the next minute you've got a family behind you and with you. So all you have to do is step onto that path fearlessly, and you will be given everything. All else will be added, and all else is being added now. I am just humbly delighted to be a part of that march. And when we do whatever march that is we have in our heads, I will say, let's throw in some traditional African drums. I'm trained by Babatunde Olatunji. As of 15 years old, I started training and dancing with Babatunde Olatunji from Nigeria. And so I'm trained in traditional, and I know that drums are power. I know that drum is language. I know that drum is spirit. And if we could have some traditional drummers all up in there with your music, march, that's why they took the drum away. They don't ever want to hear it again. They don't ever want to hear it because it's deep in our soul. And a bunch of us coming at one time with your music, with our beauty and traditional language, mbele, mother drum with us, we can't be beat. We can't, and it's frightening. It's awesome and frightening in its power. Good, they need to be frightened. It's time for them to be frightened. Yes.
That's right.
I'm delighted. I love you all so much. What a pleasure. And in my old age, like I said, I don't know when I take my last breath, but if I take it, I'd rather take it with you, with my family. I don't necessarily mean the family I was birthed in. I mean the family that Creator has now birthed me into. I'd rather take it with you.
Yeah, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I truly feel that. I've been blessed in abundance, and I know this is where I'm supposed to be. That's why I call y'all my family, and I wouldn't change it for the world, for real.
Yes.
When I tell y'all,
and I know
I love y'all,
you don't say that lightly. You don't say it lightly, and I know you do not attach yourself to anyone lightly. You have a scanner. I could see you and feel you scanning every motion, every movement, every thought that comes your way, and you will throw it out before you accept it, because what you accept has to be tested. It has to be tested, and you put them through the paces. I thank you for that. So you're getting pure waters now. You're not getting muddy waters. You're getting pure waters now.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it. One love. Hey.
One love.
Hey, we gonna end it with Get Clapped. One more jam, and I'm gone. I want to thank you, ladies, you queens. You're my queens. Everyone in that chat, queens and kings. I love y'all. It's on us. Let's go ahead and make that move. We got to follow Grandmaster Jay and every black king that's down for the cause, and that's 100.
Yes.
I believe in it.
Yes.
I salute. We gonna end the night with Get Clapped. I'm getting all emotional. Y'all forgive me, but I appreciate y'all, ladies. Y'all have a great night. We gonna end.
I got to get my napkin out. You got me sweating.
My eyes sweating too. I ain't crying. My eyes just sweating. I love y'all.
My glass is steaming up.
See, that's baptism. That's baptism.
And my niggas gon' ride. I'ma side on the mind, nigga. We ain't gon' let shit slide. Think a nigga playing, just try, nigga. This a new day, we a new tribe. Everything eye for an eye, nigga. Let's go, let's go. Can't take no more. I done snatched every goddamn chain. When it got me a strap and that bitch go bang. I don't know about you, my nigga. I'ma pull through, nigga, while my bitch gon' sing. Bang, bang. This is no game. Chopper hit a nigga right dead in the face. Got your body boxed up in an all black case. Fuck a KKK, keep a 8-BK. We done told y'all GA niggas don't play. And we don't see no race. Should've seen they face. Cornbread fed niggas keep beans on the plate. Done cleaning our state. We gotta see what they say. Don't mind beating up Jay, better stay in they play. All the real goon niggas on the way. Swear to God I couldn't wait till I seen this day. Now everybody stand up and just say, get clapped. Me and my niggas gon' ride. I'ma side on the mind, nigga. We ain't gon' let shit slide. Think a nigga playing, just try, nigga. This a new day, we a new tribe. Everything eye for an eye, nigga. Let's go, let's go. Can't take no more.
Muscle memory clipping, blap, blap. That's the sound of the slide going back, cause it's one in the hat. Oh, I'll put one in your hat, get tapped. Round of applause, tell me, do you hear that? Know you clap. Woo. We can only go two ways, but just talk it out like gentlemen. I hop into some gangster shit. Physically and verbally, still so dangerous. The league of assassins with precision, how we're angling. Curving these bullets got me weaving through entanglements. We ain't letting shit slide. You remember when it took August out and went straight to September? Still celebrate like a January or December. But I'd rather go back to November. Shot my dog in the streets, or would've thugged it out with you. I for an I, 2 for 2, we gon' get you. It's the waiting game, hell no, I ain't forget you.
Me and my niggas gon' ride. I'ma side on the mind, nigga. We ain't gon' let shit slide. Think a nigga playing, just try, nigga. This a new day, we a new tribe. Everything eye for an eye, nigga. Let's go, let's go. Can't take no more.
You violating if a nigga hating, talking down on the congregation. Willingly putting your life in your life and hang clap with the banger when I bang bang and aiming at a noggin of a nigga trying to test my gangster. Cause it get tragic by up it and I let you have it. When the can't get to blasting, it sound like you thought it was a gangster.
can, just try, nigga. It's a new day, we a new tribe. Everything eye for an eye, nigga. Let's go, let's go. Can't take no more.
It's a storm coming.
Stay in your lane, nigga.
Run. Keep running. That's right. Yeah. Keep running. I'm trying to stretch my legs, spread my wings, let a nigga breathe. They try to tell me my world is flat, so I won't leave. They feed us alcohol and drugs and will harass me breathe. Trap you in that backward cycle, you cannot succeed. This is only the surface, believe me, shit get deep. I'm just a poor righteous teacher, quiet please as I preach. Distract you with material shit, rock you to sleep. Replace your faith with doubt, you too pussy to leave.
That's real. In my mind spinning on this hamster wheel of confusion. No filter, I done took the mask off, fuck it, I'm only human. People looking like they never been through it. Lies. I can see the doubt in their eyes. I'm at the point, it's no surprise to me. I grew accustomed to a slew of suckers planting sucker seeds. Cross them over like I'm at the rucker, what the fuck you mean? Same movie, just a different lens to enhance the scene. I'm pondering on a plan, I just hope I don't squander it. I can't fail, they don't wanna do nothing but give you hell. I'm one step from the finish line, but I'm running in circles.
One step forward, 2 steps back. Every time I have a dream, they say I can't do that. It's like a dead end everywhere. Or you trapped in a trap. They turn God into a slave and then a damn lab rat. Running in circles, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Every time I have a dream, they say I can't do that. It's like a dead end everywhere. Or you trapped in a trap. They turn God into a slave and then a damn lab rat. Running in circles.
You didn't know that they was playing the game? Remove the physical ones. Apply the mental change. They'll be stronger and they'll last longer. Making these niggas this many aroma. As strong as ammonia, light up the marijuana. Now that we brainwashed and we chasing our tails. Tell her we was born to lose and that we supposed to fail. Look at all our gals, talk about looking at all this ass of mine. Then they screenshot the thirst. My nigga, that's asinine. Back in my prime, I used to move major work. But niggas was shooting at me on blocks that we ain't on. Talking about claim and turn. Niggas wanna do dirt, but never did scope the sense. Thought that he would never tell to you in your cell. And a nigga your co-defendant. Shit get real when that time's evolved. Nigga be facing 30 and end up with 3. Turn me in to get his time dissolved. Man, it feels like I've been running for days. Running for miles, I'm running in place. Man, I wish I could be running away. Delayed.
I'm breaking the shackles, I'm taking them bastards. They say it's a highway to heaven, so I'm climbing the ladder. They say money is evil, so I guess I'm shaping the battle. Placed in poverty, it really bothers me, it's making me madder. Well, my castle, just cause I'm rapping, it don't make me a hazard. Making movements just like a Buddhist, but they pushing us backward. Ain't no crickets, we hearing laughter. Never skim through the chapter. If I'm dreaming, just let me capture. Let me sleep until after. That's when I master the things I practice. See a mattress, a casket, you just dreaming, you not believing. Take a crack at the tactics. See, we lacking no satisfaction. These classes we never pass. Don't be clueless, stop all subtractions. We rulers, never been baggage. They say we savages, bad. They say violence is what we practice. Bad action, don't deal with static. That dumb shit can't let them have it. We riding deep off in traffic. They swear we moving up back. And I'm sick of tired of these beggars harassing my people. It's time to get at them.
1 step forward, 2 steps back. Every time I